Okay, our last video for this week. So we have this page pretty much complete. Now we're going to create the new page. What I want to do is have all these grid lines on the next page, and that's why I didn't start with 2 pages, because I want to make a duplicate page which will then work from that. So I go up to pages here, and in this hamburger, which has so much information, I click that and I say duplicate spread. So here I'm on page 2, even though it looks just like page 1. You see the 2 down here. So I have my text document open here. So I am going to copy this text here for the title. And I am going to put that box here. Okay. And then I am going to copy this and paste it over here for a moment, and you'll see why. So I am going to then copy the body text that I have here, copy, and I'm going to paste it in here, Command P, and then I have my labels here. So I'm going to copy those and paste those here as well. So the reason why I kept this here is so that I can take this text, select it, go to the eyedropper, grab the eyedropper, and then it matched that text. And then I can do the same for here. I have this text here. I can grab that, and so there are my new labels. So I can actually go and keep these boxes here and paste them in later. Okay, so I'm going to move these out of here for now. Okay, and this text I no longer need. And this text here, the same thing, I'm going to copy this and select all, copy, select all, paste, and make this box a little bit bigger. Okay, so hopefully you'll be learning the difference between experiential graphic design and regular graphic design, communication design, from reading this text. Whenever I give you a project where I'm providing the text, I do try to give you some more bang for the buck and give you some information. So we can go and delete all of these boxes, or what you could do if you wanted, you can put the white arrow in there and you can go and place and go to where you have your where you've downloaded all the different graphics, and you can go and say open, and it will place it. So then I can go the same thing here, and I can go to place. And what it's doing, it's going to put the new image in the same percentage that was in the old box. So I'm going to get rid of this one because I don't have anything that small. And you can, again, you can go into place, making sure none of my boxes are selected. Go to place by going to click, place, and drag, and then unclick, go to place, click, and drag, and unclick, go to place. I didn't hit it actually. Place, okay, and unclick, and place the last image. So again, you have 6 images here. You only need to use 5 of them. And this one is another image similar to that Open, the Open tennis. I keep thinking it was the US Open, but it was in Dubai. So you have here multiple pictures. So you can go and say, oh, I think I want to use this one, and copy and paste, and um, using this arrow, black arrow, you can go and select. No, I'm sorry, I do want the white arrow. And I'm going to drag and crop it. Oh, notice how this can become skewed. So you can click and hold the shift key and it doesn't let me skew it. Okay, so then I can take that one image, and I'm holding Command Shift Option again to make it bigger. This is a really cool process. It's called lenticular. It's when you get sort of a fan going, different layers, and so you can blow this up and look at it yourself when you are starting to work with this file. So you might want to choose a couple images from this, and these couple images could be part of your 6 images. So if you choose to do these 2 and say maybe you like this because they're all colorful. Maybe you want to use something that's simple, that's more black and white. Maybe you want this one, and you know what, these 2 seem a little bit too similar, so I'm going to pick this one. So there are my 5 images. Okay, so then you would go, this is an extra box here now, you would go and place them on the page using your best instincts, first starting to make them somewhat fit into the grid. Maybe you want these 2 to be exactly the same width, maybe you don't. That will be up to you. And just make that a little bigger. This is a case where I accidentally made that box a little crooked because I wasn't holding down the shift key, so I can go and straighten that back up. Okay, so you will go in and you will make these roughly fit into the grid, and then you'll turn off by hitting the W key. Sorry, hit the W key to get rid of all of the lines, and then you can play with it again to make sure you don't have any negative spaces, and you really play with creating a dynamic layout. Okay, so I don't need to do that again for you. You'll do that on your own. The next step I want to show you is how to package a file. So what we've done is we've collected all these different images, we've collected different fonts, and so if you want to send somebody something that you've been working on and have all these pieces together, or maybe you've been working on so many different things and you need to just clean it up because you've been pulling all these different images from all these different places. You might have them selected from all different jobs that you've put together. If you were working on your portfolio, for example, and you had 6 different projects that you were drawing from, you might have put these images from all different places. And so you need to keep it organized into one place. So packaging helps us do that. So when you're done with your job, you want to save it as, and you are going to save it as, give you specific instructions. It's going to be week 2, sorry, your last name first, then week 2, and then you're going to call it 2-page. I think that's what I told you. It's in the instructions. So then you would save that file. Okay, now we're going to package. So you go up into File. You are going to Package. So basically you are just going to say okay with all the things that come up here, but there's a summary that you can look at. So sometimes you want to make sure that all your links are found. If you have any that you've worked on a project and then shut it down or moved the image somewhere, one of your links may not be found. I've kept all my links in the same spot, so they're all there. Fonts, you're going to get a message about licensing. You can check your links and images. These are, sometimes you need to make sure all your images are JPEGs or CMYK, and we'll go into that another time. But anyway, all of these things that are here right now, you are just going to say package, and for right now, you're going to save it. So again, save it where you keep your work. So I have mine in my folder for this class, and it's week 2, and it's going to save it as it's titled. And so again, here's all these little messages you're going to do, and you're going to say okay, okay. All right, so now I'm going to diminish this for a moment. Let's see where I got that image from Pinterest. Showing Pinterest for a moment. I'm going to move this out of the way. So here in week 2, you can see that I have my packaged file right here, Lily, week 2. And so in here, I have an IDML file. That file is if you are going to use an earlier version of InDesign, you open that file. Here is your InDesign file that always ends in INDD. It automatically made a PDF for you. And then in here, in this folder, are all of the links. So these are the images that I ended up using. Now, you don't see in here a folder for fonts, and that's because we used an Adobe font. If you use a font that is in your computer, then you would have another folder that would be called document fonts. Okay, so those are the files that you'll need to open this project. So now what you need to do is I am clicking on this folder, and I am going to go up in the Mac. I am going to go to compress. You're going to be zipping the file, so hopefully you know how to do that if you're working on a PC. If you need help, I can look it up for you, but I would just be doing a Google search, so you guys can do that too. So you're going to hit compress, and it's taking a moment. And what compress does is it gives you a zip file. And so when you have a zip file, you just double click on it. I double clicked on it, and see over here, you see it's opening a zipped file. So if anybody ever sends you a zip file, this is how you open it. So it's taking a moment. Okay, so it has made me a duplicate file, and it named it with the 2 after it. So I just wanted you to know how you would expand a zip file. But basically what you want to do is this file is the file you're going to upload in Blackboard. You have to compress the file under File. You go to Compress. When it shows up when you highlight a folder. And that is the file you're going to upload to Blackboard, because Blackboard will not let you upload folders. It has to be one file, so that's why you're going to zip. I'm running out of time here, that's why I'm talking a little bit quicker. So Um,